Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Coach Andres, and thank you all for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about a very fun, fun, but also serious topic to talk about because we have to make sure that we're aware of what's going on. We have to be aware of what's going on with what we're attracting. We have to be aware of what's going on that we're allowing in our dating worlds and just thinking it's okay. And it's 5 red flags that scare men off. Are you not aware of your red flags? I mean, I know I got red flags. I'm aware of them. Everyone's got them. So no one's perfect. The idea is, are you aware of them and do you scare men off without being unaware of them? So we have to talk about what they could be. And again, that's more about being present and self-aware about understanding that. And why I say let's have fun with this is because we understand this situation is serious. I respect that it is. That's why I love what I do. But I don't want to make it so dramatic. I don't want to make it more dramatic than it needs to be. So let's try to make some fun out of this so we can have an actual idea of how to get over this, how to change, how to grow from this. If we bring so much negativity or defeat to this topic, my red flags, your red flags, we're not going to ever feel like those green flags are attainable. We're just going to always keep ourselves in this cage or sheltered or shrinking of thinking, I got problems, I got issues. Who doesn't? So that's why we got to make a little fun, have to be a little more uplifting about it. All right? So that being said, before we get into those topics, before we get into those flags, check out coachingwithundress.com. I'm always here to help. So if you guys have any questions or want to go any further to a one-on-one session, love to hear from you all. Zoom, phone call, or email. As well as you want to hit the subscription to make sure you're notified any future videos. Hit that like if you like the video. Any comments below, I love looking at them. I respond to all of them personally myself. So, 5 red flags that scare men off. So, we got to have fun. So, I've had my red flags. So, when I've been on dates, the women are like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know what scares you off. So I guess, we all have to go through that maturity growth. We all have to go through that, development. So that's why we got to be aware of it, So number 1, rejecting compliments, Obviously, you're on a date for a situation that you guys are attracted to each other. You guys bonded. You guys got set up, whatever the situation is. So if there is some level of connection in a way and he compliments you, and you reject it. Wow, you look really great today. Oh, yeah, thanks. I just kind of just threw this on. Or, I love when you pronounce that situation like with such class. Oh, really? I just didn't really try it that hard. Just me. When you're rejecting compliments in any scenario, you're projecting low self-esteem. The best way to respond to that is just a simple thank you. Don't get too high, don't get too low from it. Act like you've been there. Act like you've been complimented on. So when you reject compliments, that's scaring men off thinking like, wow, she doesn't even like to get praised on. She doesn't even like to get complimented on. That's going to take a lot of work from me, a lot of energy to bring her up all the time. He's going to get scared away because that's going to be exhausting. So you need to be aware of yourself if you feel like you're naturally rejecting compliments. Just appreciate it. Say thank you. That's all. Same way you would notice with him too. If you compliment him and you are like, wow, you look great. Yeah, I know. I do. You're like, oh my God, what's going on here? Or, yeah, you look great. Thank you. I appreciate that. So do you. Wow. Just a good, natural response. Keep it simple. Number 2, being too self-critical. Oh, man, that I'm not good enough mentality. I'm not good enough, coach. Well, of course you're not, because you're thinking that. No one's good enough. There's never perfect. So the idea is be aware of that. Get over it. And I'm saying if you only have one tool in the toolbox, you're never really going to build much, but you're closing the door on possible new ones. You have to understand you have to be more open-minded. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so critical on yourself. The I'm not good enough attitude is hugely not projecting, it's throwing up low self-esteem on the man. You don't want to be so critical on yourself where if he even compliments you or suggests something and you're like, well, I can never really do that. So I'm I'm not going to try. Oh, well, you're not even going to even try. No, I'm not good at that. No. You're like, what? Being that too critical on yourself really just, again, that puts on a lot of burden and work on the man, thinking that's going to be exhausting to always like, wow, she doesn't take compliments very well. She's too critical on herself. She's never good enough. When really, you are. You are. And that's why I tell all my clients, you're more than a girlfriend. You realize that, right? You are. So give yourself some credit. And don't try to have unrealistic expectations on who you think you could be as in this perfect version of who you are. You're not. You're never going to be. Neither am I. Take it one step at a time. That develops the most natural attraction. That develops the most natural way of who you're going to be. So don't be so critical on yourself. Just take it easy on yourself, but let's approach a new way of thinking. Let's approach this new pattern. If you want different results, it requires different actions. Remember that. Number 3, 5 red flags that scare men off. I told you we're going to have fun with this. Again, it's a sensitive topic. I get it. I understand it. I respect it. But we have to have fun with this because we have to talk about it. And that's why I do what I do and I love what I do, because I want to bring some light. I want to bring some joy in some way. If anything, bring some entertainment to those sensitive topics, those unquestioned things, those uncomfortable moments. How do we get knowledgeable about that? How do we get educated on that? Well, number 3, focus too much on your appearance. Focused too much on your appearance. And you know where I'm going with this. What was that? Oh, sorry, hold on. I'm taking this picture. All right, we get it. You're attractive. My goodness, we get it. You need to post everything. We get it. You need the right filter and the selfie and the lighting on everything. Oh, so self-absorbed, so superficial. I get to capture the beautiful moment. I get to capture the right picture with him. And I get you obviously want to look good in the picture. Don't get me wrong. Why would you post an ugly picture of yourself? I'm all for that. But when you're too engaged in that in the beginning, that's a red flag. You want a man to look good, but you don't want to be so obsessed with his own looks. Saying, man, you look great. I know. That's just like, whoa, you're egotistically so in love with yourself. It's so unattractive. Don't be so into your own looks. We get it. You're attractive. Get over it. Get over it. Let's see what else you can be attractive with internally, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, through your conversations. That's what you want. Trust me, that's what you want. You want, obviously, the physical attractions, but you also want that connection, that energy, that bond. So always focus more away from how you look sometimes. Look presentable. Do your thing, but just get over it. Be more in tuned. Be here. Number 4, 5 red flags that scare men off. Well, I have a personal story about this one I'll share. But before we go into that, again, check out coachingwithundress.com. I'm here to help, and I'm here to give you any insight, education, any information about what you want to go through. If you need a session, I'm here for it. Or if you want to check out my brand new product, How to Love a Man, check it out. It's going to tell you exactly what to do, how to act, how to know who you were, who you are, who you want to be. More about self-love, first of all. So check it out, coachingwithundress.com, How to Love a Man. Number 4. Should I tell you the story first or tell you I'll tell you the story. Let's go. So I'm on this date. Beautiful woman, don't get me wrong, but she was not so into herself, and she was very sweet. And we're hitting it off. We're talking, nice dinner. And I order, I was like, would you like a glass of wine? She was like, yeah, I would love some. We order a nice bottle of red wine. And after he drops off the wine, she decides on what appetizer she wanted to go with, since we knew what kind of wine we were going to drink. And so after she decided on it, he left immediately after the wine drop off, and she figured out the decision on the appetizer. And as he's leaving, he's got to go through his rotation. He's got to go through his shift, his whole section, And she was like, hey, and basically snapped him back. And he was like, and we're like a very nice restaurant. And we're like, are you snapping at me? Are you snapping at me? And I was like, the waiter had this look, and I was like, and I looked at him, and I was like, I'm not with her like that. I just met her, so I don't know. I don't snap at people either, so I don't know who she is. Immediately, man, that scared me off because I was like, if you're going to be that rude with someone else, it's only a matter of time when you're that rude with me. That rudeness just speaks volume of who you are. Honestly, if that's something you need to work on personally, then do that on your own before you get in the dating world. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're going to hurt yourself. So that really just, again, shows volumes of who you are. Rudeness, how you treat, the janitor, just like the way you treat the CEO. Just the way you treat an Uber driver is the same way you should treat the owner of the restaurant. You shouldn't be judging people from who they are or their status. That's not a way to live. It scares men off. It scares people off. It's an ugly quality. So don't be that person. What happened with the date? Well, it didn't work out. So it's not you, it's me. No, but listen, it just didn't work out. She seemed like a sweet girl, but on a first date snapping, I snapped myself out of there, So number 5 red flags that scare men off. And you know what it is? Yeah, just 1 second. No, hold on. Nice. What was that? Oh, you were talking to me. Oh, okay. Get off the phone. I mean, my goodness gracious. If there's a point of understanding emergencies, you got a babysitter, let him know. Let him know. Because if there's something there and you got that emergency notification light, by all means, go do that. But if you are on your phone at the dinner table or at a date, scares men off. Again, I respect the priorities where we need the phones for work or emergencies. I get it. But if you're bringing that in like a normal way of dating or a normal way of conversating, just get off it. We understand whatever I just told you or shared a story of. You don't always have to show me the Google image of it or the post that made you think of it. We get it. Stay here. We want to bond here, less there. And that really stands out these days, to be honest with you, more than you even think. So that being said, I hope you really enjoyed this topic because, again, I know it's kind of tough, but I also want to, again, make it a little more fun to say, hey, stop scaring these men off because I think you have more to offer than you think you do. If you guys need any help, you let me know. coachingwithundress.com. I'm always here to help. I ain't trying to scare you. I'm just trying to be more of real and give you that tough love that you might need. Again, I tell all my clients, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. But let's have fun doing it so we can understand the dating world can be more enjoyable. All right? Thank you again. I'll see you soon.